So we stand here today and we wear our Apple Watches, we drive our fancy cars, or like mine, my rust bucket. We wear our bling, we have our nice dinners, we get a stroll on the streets, greeting those bronze presidents. when these children didn't get to do that. They didn't get to see an airplane fly, they didn't get to watch a TV. And here we are. We go on living, and we go on loving, and we go on fighting for our communities, and most importantly, our healing. And with that, I want to thank you for being here and helping with the healing process for Mini Luzaha. We walk on these lands, and we need to remember these babies every day. From just a quick recap, from Monument West all the way to Blessed Sacrament to Camp Rapid, is where these lands were and where these children lived. Recently, thousands of babies have been found and are slowly being brought home. And I say, it's about time. It's about damn time. We're going to open up with Mr. Robert Radling Chase for her opening prayers.
I'm going to walk away for the opening prayers. So they get started. I'm going to let you know we are here for a memorial walk for some of the children from Rapid City Indian Boarding School. Some of them never came home. It's really... Let's get some distance away. We'll look back, but you can see all the people gathered here. The memorial walk is about a mile long to remember all the relatives who were lost, who never came home. And just give me a second. I'm going to bring up some information while we wait here to get back into the walk. We're going to go ahead and go along with everybody to remember our relatives. It is Indigenous Peoples Day, but we also, in this time of celebrating, we also have to remember, and that's sort of what we're faced with a lot of times as Indigenous people, is joy mixed with sorrow. And here we are, Indigenous Peoples Day, also Native American Day here in Rapid City, South Dakota. We'll give you a little more information about that as well. Just give me a second here. Trying to get the info here. So this is a Remembering the Children 2021 Memorial Walk. This is the start of it, so we're about to take off. Right now there's an opening prayer, so we're going to keep a little bit of distance. There's a memorial event is for the children who attended and those who passed away while attending the Rapid City Indian Boarding School. The names of children who passed away are going to be listed on placards. So there's been a research team, I'm hoping to talk to them later, who has been looking into the history of the boarding school, and they're able to find the names of the children who have passed away. And I'm going to read this now. It's really a little hard to read and listen to. Just want everyone to know that. So the children, the research has been able to identify thus far who passed away while in attendance at the Rapid City Boarding School, and the causes of death. And again, I'll give you a second if you don't want to listen to this, it's kind of terrifying. It ranges from disease to the side effects of malnutrition and to freezing to death while attempting to escape. So there's a list of children here. We're going to hear their names. Some of them passed away there. And some of them passed away while trying to escape this boarding school. And so I don't know if people can imagine what that was like to be a child who needed to leave these places that are so bad. Again, if you don't know the history of the boarding schools, it's a history of North America, I guess, the colonized states, as they took away children to eliminate the traditional understandings of the people here on this territory on Turtle Island, because those understandings are a threat to the idea of settler colonialism, a threat to the society they're trying to create, which is the society we're currently in, that I think we're all trying to get out of. And so we're here to remember those that are lost. We're going to go on this walk. It isn't, it's Indigenous Peoples Day. Like I said, we want to celebrate. We want to hold space together. In this day, but also we are always faced with these moments of a mix of sorrow and happiness, and we should always remember. And so we're going to go on this walk together before we go back into the rest of the day here. And I know that right now there's Indigenous Peoples Day celebrations all over the place, and there's I think a gathering in front of the White House too, as people are fighting to fossil fuels on this day. And so again, we just wanted to bring you here, go on this walk together. And I apologize for this shot here, but let's fix it. And just acknowledge that this happened, and it continues to happen. A lot of people speculate that, let's go with the speculation. But this is the history of the United States, stealing children, putting them in situations where they feel they had to escape, them losing their lives trying to escape, to get back to their families. That's what happened here, and that's what happened in order to ensure that the chain of resistance of knowledge of a different world was taken away, and that didn't work. Obviously, we're still here. People are still practicing their traditions. People are still celebrating. People are still thriving, and we're still at it. But there was a lot of work done by the government, by different institutions, trying to just eliminate traditional indigenous knowledge, just because the idea of relation. The idea of relationship with the land is against domination of the land. It's against destroying the land for gain. It's against all of these things that this society needed to do in order to be itself. And so we're here to commemorate. We're here to celebrate. We're here to remember on this Indigenous Peoples Day, also Native American Day here in Rapid City, South Dakota, the Hisapa. Oof. So we're gonna go back up now. I just wanted to let you know where we're at. Again, I'll read this one more time, and then we'll head back in there. You can also go to www.rememberingthechildren.org to learn more about the research team that's been looking into the Rapid City Indian Boarding School here. And again, this is a memorial event for the children who attended and those who passed away while attending the Rapid City Indian Boarding School. It's going to be a 1 mile walk. We're going to go on that walk, and then we'll probably take the feed down because there's going to be prayers at the end of the walk. We're not going to film the prayers. Again, this is an opening prayer. That's why we're a little bit of distance. That's why you can't hear. And that's it. So thanks for being here. Thanks for attending. Make sure to like, follow, and share. And let's give it a second before we move in back to listening range. And thank you again, everyone, for joining us. Okay. Let's see if I can go to this website really quick while we wait. Again, I'm Lorenzo Serna, the Director of Technical Media here at the NDN Collective. My pronouns are they, them, and I will be hosting for this walk. So while we're waiting, we're going to go to rememberingthechildren.org. That's the website that's on this event. Again, we're just here attending, being part of. We didn't throw the event. But we wanted to support and at least let people know what's going on. So they're still praying. I'm going to keep I know it's not rude. I'm far away, so people can't hear me. So I'm on rememberingthechildren.org. We're talking about that. You probably can't see it there. And it's a Rapid City Indian school. It was ran from 1898 to 1933. It says "Kill the Indian, Save the Man." Richard Henry Pratt, who is the engineer of these schools. And you can see what their goals were, very clear. The Rapid City Indian Boarding School, the government, I'm just reading the website here, introduction. The government took our children to force them to forget who they were. This memorial is for them, so they know we never forget who they are. This memorial is for us, so we never forget what they did. Remembering the children. The federal government created a series of boarding schools throughout the nation in an attempt to assimilate Native American children from the 1800s to 1960s. There were several in South Dakota, including the Rapid City Indian Boarding School, 1898 to 1933. After serving as the Indian boarding school, this facility became a segregated Indian tuberculosis clinic from the 1930s to 1960s, the Sioux Sanatorium. Children were brought to Rapid City Indian Boarding School predominantly from the tribes of the Great Sioux Nation, particularly Pine Ridge, Cheyenne River, Rosebud. But children came here from as far away as Gros Ventre, Northern Cheyenne, Flathead, and Chippewa. A significant percentage of the Rapid City Native American community are descendants of the children who survived being brought to the Rapid City Indian boarding school. As with most Indian boarding schools, the mortality rate was very high, and the government did not keep records of the deaths of the children or where they were buried. However, we know from oral histories and from years of independent research, including the Federal Archived school records, that at least 50 children and infants passed away. The number is surely significantly higher. Again, they didn't keep records. This is folks putting this together for people to understand what happened, because some children died at the boarding school, some traveling to or from the boarding school, and others died trying to escape from the boarding school. Through oral histories from descendants and community elders, inspections by tribal historic preservation officers, HPOs, and guidance from spiritual leaders, we have located the likely locations of the unmarked graves of at least some of the children. It is here that Remembering the Children Memorial will be placed to honor each of them. The land with the unmarked graves was placed into the trust of the Oglala, Cheyenne River, and Rosebud Sioux tribes to protect the graves of these children in perpetuity. And these tribes have approved this beautiful memorial to honor all of our children. Input was gathered for many years for the memorial from the families of the deceased, descendants of the survivors, and THPOs, community members, tribal leaders, elders, and spiritual advisors for the simple and beautiful design. The memorial is intended to be a place of prayer, gathering, and remembrance. The primary design elements include a memorial walking path with history boards along the route, individual boulders with the names of each of the children who passed, and 4 sculptures of traditional burial scaffolds for children. This project is led entirely by local community volunteers, and there's a place to join the volunteer team. There's a place to donate. It says "Remember the Children" project mission statement to honor the lives, memories, and spirits of children and relatives who passed away at the Indian boarding school and the Sioux Sanatorium TB clinic. All right, so that was the background. We're going to move closer now that the prayers are over, from my understanding. And here we go.
I bring words first from Dr. Lori Simon, the superintendent of the Rapid City Schools. She's out of town and asked for me to read this to you. I wish I were here this morning with you to honor the memories of the children sent to the Rapid City boarding school, many of whom passed away while in residence there, some of whom are buried here. This is an important morning of prayer and reflection to honor the lives and memories of these children. I remember vividly when I first learned about the Indian boarding school several years ago from a presentation some of our Native American staff gave to my principals and me in my previous school district in Minnesota. I remember feeling shocked about what I heard. Shocked that Native American children were turned away from their families and stripped of their native language and culture and forced to assimilate to the dominant European American culture. Shocked that I had never learned anything about this as part of my education and was first learning about this as an adult. Shocked that the idea behind this movement was to kill the Indian and save the man. My heart hurts for the children and families who suffered these injustices. While we cannot go back in time to change what was done in the past, we can move forward together in honoring the memories of these children, their families, and their relatives who live in our community, and who have heard the stories of the Indian boarding schools passed down through generations, and let them know that these children will not be forgotten. But in moving forward, it is important that we, as Rapid City area schools, recognize and honor the language, culture, and history of our Native American community in our schools through the expansion of our Lakota immersion pilot, Lakota language and cultural instruction, the work of our Indigenous Education Task Force, and others. We seek to continue to partner with our Native American community in these efforts. The children of Rapid City Indian Boarding School are our children, and this day is a day to remember and honor their lives together. Thank you. I have some other words that I bring to you as a leader of the Minalusaha Okolakichiapi Ambassadors and the Rapid City Human Relations Commission. I want to humbly acknowledge the history of the Rapid City Indian Boarding School and the facts related around the children who attended there and the many who died there. The boarding schools were designed to destroy Indian tribes by erasing their language, culture, and history and traditions, as well as tearing families apart and traumatizing the children and more. These are difficult conversations, and conversations that can and will bring our community together, offering a path toward healing and truth. In this 4th year of the Memorial Walk, together we are remembering the children and the families that were forever affected by the actions of the government and our Rapid City community. It is our responsibility as allies to lean into actions now that can address bridging our cultures, focusing on education, advocating, and genuinely respecting one another. Let us celebrate that we are learning from this history to imagine effective ways to think about how the past shapes our future. It is with gratitude and respect that we also honor the work of the Rapid City Indian School Lands Project, a Native-led team. The future of Rapid City is in the hands of our community, including all of you. The countless hours, days, and years that the group has selflessly committed to be able to share this history and develop action plans for the future, including a memorial and a proposed Indian Center, will make Rapid City a better place for all.
Thank you, Karen. Okay, so in previous years, we read the names and we hand them out. And this year, I'm going to share a couple stories. If Heather would come up here. So this is Tommy, afraid of thunder. Tommy was 9 years old, and he died of tuberculosis of the brain. From the Rapid City Daily Journal, on June 13, 1906, it stated, died at the Indian School, Friday, June 9th, 1906, Tommy afraid of thunder, of tuberculosis of the brain, age about 9. When it was known that the little fellow could not live, Superintendent House telegraphed for his father, and receiving no answer, he telegraphed to Agent Brennan, from who he also received no reply. A student was dispatched in haste across the reservation and met with better success, returning with the family of the boy. They were too late to find him alive. Deceased had only been sick for 1 week. Monday afternoon, Reverend S.G. Butcher conducted the simple service in the Indian School Chapel, all the students being present. When the friends of the lad started with the remains for the cemetery, the students started to the cemetery, the boys filing in one long string and the girls in another. The last words were said as twilight descended, and the Indian School pupils sang very effectively, "Jesus, lover of my soul." Mr. Butcher said that it was one of the most impressive burials he'd ever attended. The parents bore their grief quietly, but felt their loss the same as white parents do. Can I get a young man up here to carry Mr. Tommy afraid of thunder? And actually at this moment, can we have the children come up? We like the children to carry the children's signs in honor. All children are invited. Please come on up. What's your name, young sir? What's your name?
He's nonverbal.
Oh. Would you like to carry Tommy? Thank you. Wobula. Okay, now we're going to talk about Mr. James Shorttree. Mr. James Shorttree is Northern Cheyenne, and he was listed as a student at Rapid City Indian Boarding School for the years of 1918, 1919, and 1920. He was likely 18 years old or older and has seemed to have enlisted in the military. A telegram from the Rapid City Boarding School Superintendent, J.F. House, to Cheyenne Agency Superintendent in Lame Deer, Montana, stated, "Have just received newspaper clippings saying James Shorttree committed suicide Saturday at Camp Grant, Illinois." So not only was he a boarding school resident, aged out, he went on to be in the military and then decided he didn't want to be here for either. So let's honor and remember Mr. James Shorttree.
Okay. The next is Mabel Holy, and we have Violet Ketches, her relative here. Do you want to come join me, Violet? Lila Wopila. Mabel was a survivor of the Wounded Knee Massacre on the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation. She was a member of the Cheyenne River Sioux tribe. After surviving the Wounded Knee Massacre, she and her brother and her sister were sent here to the Rapid City Indian Boarding School. Unfortunately, after having survived the massacre, she died here at the boarding school. She's the first known recorded death that we have been able to locate so far. She was buried in a mist-marked grave at the Mountain View Cemetery. Her family has since found her after 90 years of searching for her and put a marker to honor her. The Rapid City Area School Board has put together a curriculum to help remember Mabel Holy. Her name had been misspelled on the gravestone, Holey. Her brother, who had survived the boarding school, wrote many times asking for her and where it had happened to her, and the school simply wrote back, "We no longer have those records." Her sister, Julia Holy, we have still not been able to locate. Mabel Holy, Cheyenne River Sioux, 18 years old.
Okay, so now we're going to name off the... Okay, this is Miss Brown here? One of the original researchers as part of the project is Kibby Brown. This is her relative, Adolph Russell.
Adolph Russell was my grandmother's brother. My grandmother came to school here at about 4th grade, and then her brother joined her. He was only 10 years old when he perished. The children would actually work the fields, so this floodplain would have been corn and potato and hay and all kinds of things that they would grow down here. And after working, he put a potato in his pocket, took it to the boiler room to supplement his diet, and there was a huge explosion. His body was so charred, they had to identify him by his shoes. My grandmother was pulled out of school, and that tragedy, I'm sure, stayed with her. Sadly, she had to send her children to boarding school, and it was either the mission school run by the priests and nuns, or the BIA school, or the Rapid City Indian School, and she actually sent 6 of her children to the Rapid City Indian School. Fortunately, there were some reforms, and the children were not, the malnutrition was not as rampant in the 1920s when her kids went to school there. But that legacy still lives on in my family. I'm still trying, of course, to heal.
Thank you, Kibby.
Okay. All right, so now we're going to start passing out the names. If more children are here, we'd be honored if you would come carry a name of a child. Otherwise, we'll have whoever is available to come grab a name as well. So sometimes the records were so shoddy that only thing listed was that it was a male and the date of death. So we have male child, 1926. Unnamed child, age unknown, date of death 1926. Female child number 1, age unknown, date of death 1919. These are likely Spanish flu victims. Mark Sherman, Oglala Sioux, age 17, date of death October 16th, 1910. Mark Sherman was hit by a train trying to run away from the Rapid City Indian Boarding School. Dorothy Cryer, Oglala Sioux, age 15, date of death October 13th, 1927. Male child unknown, age unknown, date of death October 13th, 1932. This was 1 year before the boarding school closed. Abner Kirk, Sisseton Wahpeton, age 12, date of death December 3rd, 1925. Any Sisseton tribal members? Alonzo Little Chief, Cheyenne River, age 16, date of death February 18th, 1917. Isidore Feather Eagle, Sioux, age 17, date of death June 24th, 1916. Evelyn Day, Crow Creek, age 15, date of death February 25th, 1927. Unknown name, unknown tribe, age 14, date of death October 1920th. Charles Crow Dog, Crow Creek, age 18, date of death November 20th, 1909. Jenny Pretends Eagle, Standing Rock, age 18, date of death December 10th, 1918. Is any Standing Rock members here? We did her. John Talcostar, Flathead Tribe, age 13, date of death April 21st, 1926. We're going to need some more volunteers to come up to grab some signs. Okay. Louis Longhorn, Oglala, age 19, date of death October 8th, 1919. Charles Long Turkey, Lower Brule, age 15, date of death February 12th, 1920. Alfred Old Dog, Gros Ventris, age 16,
Date of death, January 26th, 1928. Adolph Bissonette, Oglala, age 12. Date of death, December 8th, 1918. Infant Naomi Goings, Sue, age unknown. Date of death, August 6th, 1920. Lottie Blue Horse, age or tribe unknown, age likely Rosebud, like a rosebud. Age under 10, date of death March 9th, 1921. Infant Foreman, tribe unknown, age unknown, date of death 1928. Nicholas Eaglehorn, Rosebud, age 17, date of death December 10th, 1918. Martin Williamson, Yankton, Sioux, age 13, date of death September 1st, 1917. Luke Shell Necklace, Cheyenne River, age 17, date of death May 15th, 1917. James Means, Oglala, age 15, date of death October 16th, 1910. And he was with Mr. Mark Sherman that was hit by the train while trying to escape. Evelyn Day, Crow Creek, age 15, date of death February 25th, 1927. Hubert Philip Moore, Rosebud, age 17, date of death October 24th, 1931. Bessie Bear Arm Necklace, Cheyenne River, age 15, date of death May 15th, 1906. Robert Cedarboy, Standing Rock Sioux Tribe, age 16, date of death March 18th, 1920. Sophia Fleury, Crow Creek, age 17, date of death October 9th, 1919. Mary Charbonneau, Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa, age 11, date of death December 22nd, 1925. Spencer Ruff, Oglala, age 17, date of death July 6th, 1919. Mary Gallego, Oglala Sioux, age 18, date of death September 30th, 1917. Laura Pretty Voice, Rosebud, age unknown, date of death unknown. Raymond Barker, Rosebud, age 10, date of death December 6th, 1923. We've got 10 left. Joseph Facedarkling, Rosebud, age 14, date of death September 1st, 1917. Joseph Brown, Oglala Sioux, age 14, date of death April 18th, 1917. Martin Hart, Cheyenne River, age 17, date of death May 19th, 1917. Josephine Spotted Bear, Standing Rock, age 17, date of death October 23rd, 1918. Can we have some more volunteers come up to carry signs, please? Thank you. Female child, 1926. Female child number 2, date of death 1919. Ida Logan Oglala, age 18, date of death December 15th, 1918. Melissa Rencounter, Lower Brule, age 16, date of death November 10th, 1918. Rose Littleshield, Cheyenne River, age 16, date of death May 29th, 1926. Okay, so how we're going to do this is we're going to have Maverick. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're going to have the staff lead, and the flags are going to follow the staff, and then the drum group, and then the children with the children's names, and then everybody can follow behind the children. Okay, Philip Little Thunder and the staff will lead, and then the flags will follow, drum group, and then the children's names. And we're going to line up over here. Remember to socially distance with your groups and mask.
Again, thanks for joining us. We're here at Remembering the Children Memorial Walk in Rapid City, South Dakota. You just heard the names of the children that so far have been discovered.
Will be escorting you up.
You heard that there wasn't really great records. There's been a research team who's been looking into it.
Thank you.
And we're... Sorry about that. We're going to go on this walk, and then we'll probably bring the feed down after when we get there, because there'll be a lot of prayers. But again, thanks for joining us. And we're just going to be on this walk. Probably like 15-20 minutes, but we just wanted to hold this space together and then bring you along to hold this space with us, and then we'll be going down.
I'm Chief Black Spotted Horse. I just want to come here to support what is going on here for the children. I was born here in Rapid City, 1948, and I've seen many, many things. So I'm happy to be here to support what everyone is doing here. I don't want to talk a long time, so I'm going to say one thing. Crazy Horse said, "My lands are where my dead are buried. Pilama, mitake oyase."
It's a little windy. Just bear with me. Hello. Is there anybody can ask you something? This is a live feed right now, and I'm just kind of curious about the research team and what that's been like.
It's just a lot of oral histories. Boy, we started about 2012 when the elders came up and asked us, "What are you going to do about the graves?" And we didn't know about the graves, so that kind of opened up questions. And so lots of oral histories have been collected, and then also traditional knowledge. So we use both.
And have you you've run into trouble with like the state being like the oral histories don't count, or like I guess I'm just kind of curious how they treat it.
Some of the oral histories they're people that are still living that can give you detailed stories of what they experienced in their childhood when their parents would take them here. And so we can archive those oral histories. The Rapid City Library just created an oral history room, and so we plan to officially archive those stories.
Okay, wonderful. And did you want to say your name and introduce yourself at all?
I'm Kibby Brown, and I'm Oglala Lakota.
All right. Well, thanks to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I don't want to get super, into it.
You got to share that with me, though. I will. Okay, thank you. You're welcome.
Hey, can I ask you what it's like to be here at all, or? You can say no too. I can just let you be here.
Okay. Ask me in 30 minutes.
All right. We'll check back in. All right, we're gonna get again. This is like a somber event, so it's kind of rough to ask people for interviews and stuff. I just don't feel super great about it, so I'm not really gonna. I think we're just gonna go on the walk, be present with everyone, show you, and then we'll take the feed down. So, again, thanks for being here. This is 2021 Memorial Walk. Representing Indian School survivors, those who were taken from us. Here we are. Sorry, move back to the front of the march, or the walk. Yeah, we're just gonna get into it now. Again, thanks for joining us here in Rapid City, South Dakota for the 2021 Memorial Walk for the survivors and relatives of the Rapid City Indian Boarding School. If you go a little further earlier, you can hear all the names that were read, along with some that did not have names. Anyways, just wanted to let folks know where we're at. Again, Indigenous Peoples Day, Native American Day here. Always a mix of celebration and sorrow, so remembering what happened to us and still happening, but also as we continue to show that we're here, show that we're thriving, and we'll not forget. We're moving. You can see all the youth here. Some of these people are actually also relatives. A lot of folks are relatives of the people who are in the boarding schools, and they're holding signs with the names on them. Some of them direct relatives of those names. So I'm going to go back to being quiet again, just to be here with you all. Thanks for joining us. Again, my name is Levin Solsena, Director of Tactical Media here at the Indian Collective. And we just wanted to be live here, attend this memorial walk put on by this research team who's been doing this research to find these names, looking at oral history. We talked to one of the researchers a little bit earlier. And we just wanted to be present here with you all. And thanks for joining us. I'm going to go back to the walk.
Más que nada,
started routing us. Got our little walk. Give me an iron shot.
All right, so I think we're getting towards the end of the memorial walk, and at the end there's supposed to be a circle of prayers for relatives who didn't come home or did come home, but after experiencing the brutal reality of these boarding schools here in the so-called United States, and also our relatives up north. There's all our relatives too, similar stories as settler colonialism takes over land, destroys it, and the people, when the people are the land, they have to do it in their eyes. But as you can tell, people who are still here, indigenous people are still here, and we're reclaiming what was attempted to be taken. And so when we get to the end of the walk, I will be taking this feed down for the prayers. Just wanted to give people the opportunity to come with us, walk with us, hold this space with us, as we remember people from the Rapid City Indian Boarding School. If you go at the beginning of the stream, you can hear all the names of those who were found, those who weren't, who remained nameless, and a lot of, we spoke so I said a lot of this comes from oral histories, talking to the relatives of the people who were taken to learn, because there was such shoddy record keeping by the boarding school itself. Again, you saw that some of the placards say nameless child, nameless female, nameless male. Again, understand this really painful history, and I want to acknowledge that, and it's hard to hold these spaces sometimes of grief and sorrow on days of celebration. But it's sort of the reality of that we have to face as Indigenous people. Many times our acknowledgements or remembrances are wrapped up in terrible events that happened. And so just wanted to bring folks here and hold this space. And we'll be coming back live here on the Indian Collective later with a conversation about Indigenous Peoples Day. And so keep following along. Don't forget to hit follow, like, and share. Again, I'm Lorenzo Serna. I'm the director of tactile media here at the Indian Collective. My pronouns are they, them. I'm Chicanx. And thanks for being here. And thank you wherever you're at, however you're holding this day. And remember, Indigenous Peoples Day is every day. But it's just the one that I guess the settler colonial state's going to recognize, but we recognize it every day, celebrate it every day. and we're going to thrive every day. Thank you for being here. We're going to take this down now for the prayers, and there might be some other stuff that goes on, but I just want to make sure I don't kind of bridge into that. So again, we'll be back later, and we're just coming here at the rememberingthechildren.org. Go there if you want to learn more about this walk and the ongoing work here in Rapid City by the team of researchers who is trying to uncover all this and make sure it's not forgotten. Again, we're just attending, we're just present with you as other people have been doing this work. People are doing this sort of work across the nation, across Turtle Island, north to the south. I'm just really thankful to all those relatives who are taking this on. And I understand, it's very difficult, even standing to the beginning and hearing the names. It's just really difficult sometimes. So, with that, thanks. We'll be back later.
Yeah.